Blocktober Fest, the show with the catchiest name on television. I'm Steve Isaacs, and I'm here with Siobhan and Marcella of Shakespears Sister. Welcome.
Hiya. Hello.
And you just finished a U.S. tour, and why don't you let us in on how it went?
Went great.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
Apart from
It was our first American tour, and my first ever American tour.
Was it what you thought it would be?
Well, all those cliches you sort of read about in the Hitmen started happening towards the end, so it's probably just as well it was only 3 weeks long.
It was like a Fellini film, the last gig.
It was
like
amazing.
turned into like this bizarre scene in the dressing room, but we won't go into
Really?
that.
Oh,
yeah.
well, this is the kind of,
Could have been written better, actually.
Okay. So we're about to show your Stay video, which introduced you to America. Now, musically, on the Hormonal Years record, you've got kind of you're a little bit demonic and you're a little bit sweet, and it comes out vocally. Is that just like your personalities, or do you just emphasize that?
I suppose it's the parts of our personalities that we individually feel most comfortable with projecting. Yeah.
And does it influence how you write the songs?
Well, everybody's got the demon and the angel in them, and especially women tend to show both sides very dramatically at different times of the month, you know. So it does come out in our songs, and it's kind of aired for all to see, you know, which is why we call the album Hormonally Yours.
Well, why don't you tell me about that? It sounds like a good story.
Well, we were both pregnant at the time when we were writing it and recording it, and so it just seemed kind of appropriate to relate it all, kind of dedicate it all to the, you know, slave to the hormones, kind of.
Must have been an interesting studio scene in there.
There were a few. There were a few.
And why don't you tell us about the offspring, the progeny from the Hormonal Years record?
Well, they're both mature young men of over 1 year old.
Yeah.
And what are the names?
My son's called Django.
And mine's Maxwell.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
How is it, you know, being mothers and being in like a band that's just taking off all over the world right now?
It's really hard. I mean, you know, we try and schedule touring and promotion, whatever, you know, so around the time that we need to spend with our families, you know, with our children. Otherwise, you kind of go crazy. It's such a deep attachment. We don't really like to be away for more than a few weeks. It's just too much.
Do you think you'll steer the young ones in more of a creative direction, do you think, or would you lead them away from it?
I think it's best not to steer children in any direction because they're going to kick against it. But I really hope they don't. I really hope that they are artistic, you know? I mean, it would be nice. I'd be able to relate to them better than if they were computer scientists or something.
Yeah.
So what's the next video and single that we'll see here in the States?
I believe it's I Don't Care here in the States.
How involved are you in the concepts for your videos?
Heavily involved. I mean, we always use the same director who's a really close friend of ours. And she and us sit down for ages talking about... I mean, she knows us really well anyway and what we're doing. She's always at the gigs. She's always got her Super 8 camera, and she's like part of the team, you know, and the three of us evolved them together.
All right, so we'll look for that, and congratulations about the U.S. tour, and take a little break. You must be winded. Cool. So thank you, Shakespears Sister, and here you can see them on video with Stay.